the sound in the mountains that it made was something I won't forget. Like the feeling of an earthquake is so unnatural. It's the second time I've ever felt one, but the sound, like, oh, it's a good morning, and official good morning from the Smokies. Let me stop. Climb's not too bad, but every video I was editing I was huffing and puffing. So, story of the morning, other than I'm in the Smokies and wearing a buff and considering getting rid of this hat, is we got dropped off by Nancy, Tom and Nancy, thank you. The hike in was an amazing stay, resupply. But as we got dropped off, like a 1/10 of a mile up on the trail from the shelter where we got the Fontana Dam shelter where we got picked up, we were kind of eating breakfast, packing our packs the final time, and we heard this big boom. And at first we looked at each other and thought, oh, it must be thunder. But then it kind of, the sound dropped. It was a different sound, and I immediately was like, huh, that's not thunder. And then the sound echoed through all the mountains, and as it was echoing, I just felt the ground move and shake beneath my feet. And I looked at Eric, who is big lug confirmed, and I was like, dude, this is an earthquake. And I kind of ran away from this brick wall that was near the water, not super near it, but you never know if it could like collapse. And just lasted a few seconds, but the sound kept echoing after the quake stopped. Pretty wild feeling, especially right before we had to walk over the dam right after that. So yeah, that was a interesting walk over the dam. Hoping you didn't feel anything or hear anything again, but pretty wild start. And I still have the hat, but I'm considering going hatless, at least for a little bit. I can always buy a new one, but for me, that is a pretty big move. I have been wearing hats very frequently since middle school, so I'm kind of feeling just going buff. And I still haven't shaved, considering maybe not shaving, which I never thought I'd say. So, a couple miles in, beautiful weather. It's overcast, but not raining, breeze. I'm gonna climb up through the initial ascent of the Smokies. My permit's in the box. Let it begin. The push to hot springs starts. That is where I'm headed. Good old Shuck Stack. But First this way. First of many in the Smokies, views that is, hopefully. I'm gonna go get to that tower. I'm pretty close. Closing in on like a half a mile away. Wow, that was terrible. Heavy pack. Start eating. Let the eating begin. Yeah. Imagine being up this thing a couple hours ago. Earth begins to rumble underneath your feet. This sign is a damn liar. It is further than 3.7. It's like 5. Just checked. I'm in the Smokies. Well, we already knew that, but yeah, now I'm up. Don't know the elevation now, but kind of flattened out, little ups and downs. And yeah, I'm like 3 miles from Molly's Ridge, the first Molly's Ridge shelter, first shelter, and that's going to be my big halfway, or not sure how far I'm going today, but big lunch break for the day. And if you've been watching, you know, shoes off, rub the feet, eat some food, drink some water. So I'm just about 3 something away. Might stop at this stream up ahead for water. It's like in a mile or so, but if the half a liter I have can hold me off. There's a water source at the shelter too. I might just do that. And then dude, this bug or whatever is fucking, you kidding me? And yeah, that's it. I mean, other than the earthquake was really before I started hiking. Other than that, it's been an uneventful, overcast 8 miles. Well, I guess it's less than, approaching 8 miles in the park. And yeah, that's about it. Not much to report. Just first day of many out in the Smokies, so I'm gonna try to get as many miles as I can today and eat as much food as I can throughout the day, because my pack is heavy. I know my pack's heavy when I feel it in my shoulders, but yeah, nothing real profound or anything to say other than just a quick little update. It was definitely lush green down, and since I've gained a little elevation, it's changed. Still green, but not as budded as much. And then I think as I even gain more elevation, it'll be more like that pine spruce forest. But yeah, you can tell when you go down in elevation, these parts this time of year, that first 2 weeks of May, because it gets really green and you hear more crickets, peepers, bullfrogs. And then as you go up in elevation, it's more quiet and more budding and less full at this time of year. So all right, see ya when I see ya. Yo, Big 100 Super Cookie Crunch. Yeah, buddy. Oh, all right. Just left Molly's Ridge Shelter. Didn't have as big of a lunch as I thought. Didn't even take my shoes off. It was kind of chilly. A couple guys I saw yesterday at the Fontana Hilton that slept there 2 nights ago now. They were there and they left. They're in front of me, probably 15 minutes. But yeah, it's too cold to take a long break. And there's another shelter 3 miles ahead. So ate food though. Ate half of my cheese block, which thought I got Parmesan, but it was like Romano. Not as good, little pungent, but I need to eat. So ate half of it, and I'm hoping up here after 3 miles I'll eat the other half, because that'd be a ½ pound down of weight. And I've eaten plenty of bars, and yeah, just need to keep eating because food is heavy and my pack is heavy. And as usual, I'm going up again. So yep, just quick update, quick lunch, and gonna press on. I'm almost 12 miles in, or probably just about 12 miles in for the day. It's 2:30, just about, and gonna see what kind of mileage I can make in the afternoon. I got an earbud in. I'm gonna crank out some music as podcast before that stopped. Now I'm gonna do music for a little bit and then maybe back to a podcast. Okay, you know, you prep for the Smokies, which I do believe you need to, just because it's a longer food carry, especially if you don't want to go to Gatlinburg. But you get in the park, it's the same thing you've been doing. You just keep hiking, walking with a pack and water, and yeah. So remember that. Don't make it too big of a deal. It was nice to have a 0 day and resupply. I'm glad I did it, but all in all, you're just still hiking a trail, and I can't talk, and there's a big climb. So yeah, see ya. Oh yeah, one more thing. Still not that far past Molly's Ridge Shelter, but one of the 2 guys was able to get service, and he showed me a ton of headlines. Apparently that earthquake made big news, obviously, because they're rare around here, and it was 4.1. So kind of crazy that was 4.1, because like, man, I can only imagine what like a 7+ would feel like, because that was scary. Like, there was a rock wall that was near the parking area, and then behind it was like the lake that from the dam. We weren't quite at the dam, but I like ran away from that real quick, because my first instinct was like, if the ground gives way, like I don't want to fall into the water. I don't know if I was actually thinking that clearly or just fight or flight kicked in, but the ground, at least for where we were, it was only like a couple seconds where it really shook, and the garbage can was like rattling, making noise. But yeah, apparently Knoxville was the epicenter, very close to it, and it was a 4.1 on the Richter scale. So just when you think you can get all the elements and weather on the trail, just before crossing a dam, there was a 4.1. But I'm telling you, the sound in the mountains that it made was something I won't forget. Like, the feeling of an earthquake is so unnatural. It's the second time I've ever felt one, but the sound, like the very first instant I thought it was thunder, but then immediately, like within a split second passed, I realized it wasn't thunder, and it almost sounded like someone dropped the heaviest item you've ever heard, like a mountain-sized bowling ball was dropped like 3 valleys over, and then it just shook. And then after the ground, you felt that the shaking, like, or not the shaking, excuse me, the sound continued. So it was like sound first, big sound, then you felt the ground, then the ground stopped moving, and then you kept hearing like the sound rattle around the mountains for a good 10 seconds. So definitely memorable, something I will not forget. So sometimes I think about, you know, the news stories you'll hear while you're on the trail. It's like the biggest news story, being here for 4 to 6 months, and what's going to be the song of the summer. But earthquake entering the Smokies was not something I expected. So we'll see what the other ones are, the big news stories. Hopefully they're good, but usually it's not the good ones that make the headlines. But yeah, and I'm still waiting to hear that jam of the summer that you're gonna hear like everywhere, at every restaurant and deli and cafe that you go to and hotel lobby. What's gonna be that summer anthem of 2025? Probably hasn't been released yet. Some music executives, I'm sure, know, but yeah, there's many other things. I'm sure people know already about what's going to be the big movie hit. Probably some dumb Marvel movie that I won't watch. But yeah, still so much that lies ahead. But man, end of week 2, today's day 14. Earthquake in the Smokies. I'm gonna have to label it the earthquake in the Smokies. Should I put it near-death experience to get views? Yeah, okay. Little light rain beginning to fall. Well, okay. So, I was at Spence Field Shelter and was just going to take a quick 5-minute break, but it timed out almost perfectly. Sat under the awning and then the rain really started to pick up. So, decided to take off the shoes and put on a layer and eat some candy and cheese. It's just what I had accessible, and the cheese is heavy, so I wanted to eat that before it sits out for a while. But contemplated staying, and I just let the weather dictate my actions. I said, if it keeps raining, I'm dry, my feet are dry, my pack is dry. Got light rain, but nothing crazy, so I was like, I'll stay dry and stay here. There was 4 of us, including myself, and Big Lug showed up just 5 minutes after me. He's starting to do some bigger days and become a through hiker here. He showed up, said, I'm gonna eat some dinner here, wait out the weather, and then if it clears up, push on, which I was thinking as well. and he's ahead of me. So that is pretty cool to see. And yeah, the rain gave way, and it was only 2.9 to the Spence Field Shelter. So with no rain, I figured this is a easy decision. 3 more miles, essentially 2.9, but 3 more miles down. Just no matter what tomorrow brings, you're 3 miles ahead than you would have been. So that is what I'm gonna do. Gonna eat a big dinner because I want to lighten the pack, as I said. Keep eating. I've been eating all day, feel good. It was cold when I first started hiking because I went back to shorts and a t-shirt. The first half mile it was cold, but now that I'm moving, I'm warm, and I have dry warm layers to put on tonight. So we'll see what crew is going to be there. Big Lug will be there, I will be there, and yeah, day 1 in the Smokies starting to wind down. The earthquake this morning was pretty wild, and enjoying it, and it was perfect. Got to that shelter, waited out the rain, and it wasn't absolutely pouring, but steady rain for a good half hour. So it was nice to avoid that, and now I still get the bonus mileage, and it turns out to be a beautiful around 5 o'clock evening. So you get the point. That is where I'm going. Oh, all right. I am like 0.3, maybe slightly less to Spence Field Shelter. So just in case there's a full house, which a lot of times in here there are because you have to stay there. A little recap for the day. Great morning at the hike-in. Felt bad, I was like 5-10 minutes late packing up, but everyone was cool waiting on me. I was up too late editing videos and then getting like storage on my phone free onto an external hard drive. But the drive over was uneventful, then an earthquake, and then cross the dam into the Smokies. And the shelter will give me, it's hard because we started like just after the Fontana Dam shelter, but call it 17.7. I'll take a 1/10 of a mile off. So yeah, day 1, 17.7 into the Smokies. Sets me up tomorrow. I ate a lot, fueled up. Maybe a 20-mile day in the Smokies, we'll see. But I'm gonna take it day by day and see how it goes. The freedom. So yeah, I'll try to get some shots of the shelter and around camp, but as I said, sometimes start having good conversations, and that's when I don't bust the camera out. Enjoy it, meet people from all walks of life all over the country and sometimes the world. So the landscape, if you can see, since we've gained elevation, has definitely changed. More of that thin forest, less green, as I was mentioning. When I descended in that thunderstorm down into Fontana, the amount of green that popped out that last mile was crazy. Makes me excited for parts up north that are gonna look like that. All right, maybe done for the day, but yeah, day 14. I forgot to say that, so by the time I shut my eyes tonight, that'll close the book on 2 weeks. So 2 weeks in. Yeah, so much for my Sunday recaps. I hope I can do them like occasionally. It's just sometimes it's tough, but yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I got it all. You get the point. All right, I'm done. Home for the night. What lays behind, what lays ahead. What poetry. All right. A little more green in here. Oh yes, I lied. Snuck in an update. Shelter's right up that way. I'm like halfway down the water source. I don't know how to say this politely, but this was like the lamest shelter crowd. Like, I guess they're just tired. Everyone was like in their bags at like 6:30, and by like 6:45, like no one's even making a sound or talking. People are, it's like 7:40 something. But yeah, just crazy. Like, Lugnut showed up, and somehow I beat him. I guess he went to the bathroom, and like we were just cooking and like almost whispering, and then I kept thinking it was like almost like, you know, 8:30 and the sun was gonna go down. I'm like, it's 6:45. What is everyone doing? But yeah, good day. I'm feeling good. Like, I would have kept going. There was a shelter 6 miles ahead, and if it wasn't for daylight, I would have definitely went. Like, I felt physically good. So these 0 days early really helped me. Also, I know I said earlier, I think I'm a buff guy now, but Jack, who was doing a section and was with us for well over a week, at least for me, he's probably with Lugnut for a little bit more. He gave me this Petzl headlamp. He gets them from work, he said. So I told him my red light was broken, and I had like some crappy headlamp that I bought at like Home Depot that was just like big, but it works. Take the gear that works. Like, but yeah, so I bought him, it was 2 for $9 for Talenti ice cream. So I had one, and he picked out a flavor. So that was a thank you for the headlamp gift. And almost 18 miles, well, no, 18 miles for the day, but I think a little less for the Smokies because we had to walk across the dam and all that. But feeling good. Like, I would have just kept going. So hopefully I wake up, ate a big dinner. I had a Cracker Barrel mac and cheese dinner that I put the Star-Kissed buffalo chicken on for more protein, and put some Cholula hot sauce. That was delicious. I've been eating a lot, especially on days off like yesterday. So I feel good. So these big mileage days, difference between last year and this year is I'm taking a few more zeros early on, not beating myself up, not losing all that weight. So my plan is to wake up. It's about 16-ish miles to Klingman's Dome, get there, and then I think there's a shelter like 4 miles past that, so that'll give me a 20-mile day. The weather looks, at least from what I heard in this shelter, we can get some service up here, looks better for Monday, not as bad as originally forecast. Still gonna rain, but less, and it could even be a chance of like just rain in the morning on Monday and then clear up in the afternoon, which would be perfect for me. Do an afternoon push like I'd love to do. Didn't do any coffee or ibuprofen, and I still crushed it out and got to that shelter, the last one, that might Russell's Field Shelter, and waited out the rain. So yeah, first day. Let's see, time will tell, but maybe that earthquake was good luck this morning. Still, I'm gonna remember that for probably the rest of my life, but at least for a long time. Just the sound. I know I said it earlier, but like, it wasn't the feeling of your feet, it was the sound that it made in the mountains. Like, you heard it echoing, and it was wild. It was pretty cool. Once you knew like you were gonna survive, then I was like, oh man, I hope it happens again, because that was kind of wild. But yeah, 2 weeks in, feeling good. Day 14 is in the books. I'm gonna go put my warm fleece pants on and go to bed.